What it do? It's DOA back with another episode of Putting Shit Together. Today, man, we gonna talk about these women, man. These women empowerment, booty cheek, cuffs out, titties out, scantily clad hoes around the motherfucking United States, man. And I was watching some content last night about that Houston rodeo. They now calling it the bootio because apparently it was a lot of chicks walking around with their ass cheeks out. I heard dudes saying bitches was in chaps with thongs on, and of course they got the skirts with the bottom booty meat hanging out the bottom and all that, the short shorts with the booty meat slipping out the bottom and all of the above. Y'all done seen it, you know what I'm saying? Unless you living in rural America, and even then you might have seen it. You might have even seen it in rural America. That's how crazy it is. But the thing is, we gonna get into this why there's an epidemic of this, man. And then we gonna keep this one short and sweet because it really ain't a lot to go into in depth. But I will pull a couple of things up because the thing is, the Houston rodeo, amongst other things, I'm sure if you've been to the fair, you've been to Disney World, you gonna see booty cheeks everywhere you go pretty much now. You in the mall, you know what I'm saying? It used to be you had to be restricted to certain places like nightclubs, strip clubs, etc. before you was exposed to the booty cheeks. But now you can go out anywhere. You might be at your kid's soccer game and see some booty cheeks out. You know what I'm saying? And it's out of control. Um, thing is, it's like these women are at a lack of male attention. And we know, it's a lot of absentee fathers or fathers that's there that might not just be the best influence on they daughters and things of that nature. So you got a lot of women who's out here craving for male attention. Then I also think that we're over sexualized. So a lot of these women are victims of the over sexualization where they attribute this sexual attention to some kind of power, empowerment, or whatever. And they just really going overboard. It's almost like a drug at this point. But the thing is, when you out at these places, there's not nightclubs, not you know sexually explicit specific locations like a strip club, nightclub, whatever place where adults might be, after hours type shit. When you not there, man, it's really damn near criminal to to dress how a lot of these women are dressing nowadays. It's really should be criminal. And right here I got the definition of indecent exposure, because indecent exposure is a law. You know what I'm saying? Um and by definition, it's the exposure of one's body, especially the genitals or a woman's breast, in a public place and in a way considered offensive to established standards of decency. The intentional exposure of the genitals in her buttocks or female nipples in public in lands where this is not the cultural norm. Vulgar and offensive nakedness in a public place. So really, at this Houston rodeo, we could really define this as indecent exposure because it says offensive to established standards of decency. So, based on what I've seen from a lot of the people who's been to the Houston rodeo, they say that's not how it used to be. So that's not the established standard, that booty meat is all out in the open air. You know what I'm saying? So that would meet this criteria that it is not the established standards.
It's a bit chilly today, but the heat has definitely been on out here at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. But make no mistake, it's never a day at the beach. It's the rodeo, and that means dressing the part.
The Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is known for boots, hats, and family tradition. But this year, some attire is turning heads for the wrong reasons.
I saw it when I came last time. It was disgusting.
Wait, you said you saw it?
Yeah.
What have you seen here? Some of the things that you think you shouldn't have
Stuff that
seen?
should have been hanging out, that shouldn't have been hanging out, that should have been covered up, that I'm a woman and I was looking.
From outfits that some say show too much,
The things I've been seeing just it's not appropriate at all.
to a reminder from officials, this event is meant for everyone.
Western attire.
You don't have to go full Western, but leaving little to the imagination isn't the look they're going for.
We didn't put a lot of specifics, but we know what's right and what's not right. And think about it from a family experience. And it needs to be appropriate that what would others say when they see you in it?
We checked in with folks across the grounds, and most say the expectation makes sense.
There's kids here not just with their families, but with school also.
Even with temperatures climbing, people tell us there are ways to stay cool without crossing the line.
There have been some inappropriate outfits where a little too much skin is showing for kids to really take in, so there should be some sort of controls around that.
If you do decide to show up here in outfits that look like your birthday suits, you will be asked to leave, and don't even think about coming here appropriately and then trying to change into something more scantily clad, because you'll be kicked out too. Remember folks, the idea is looking good is great, but dressing appropriately is always in style.
You see what I'm saying? I don't feel like a Disney World, there's an established standard of nudity. Now, that could possibly be argued because we do know that Disney is subconscious pusher of sexuality, of over sexualization, which is might be how my generation and the generation following has got themselves into the situation through watching all of this Disney shit where they got sex and the smoke clouds and shit and Lion King and all of that. So maybe that is how we got there. But you know, you go to the fair, you're gonna see booty meat and all of that. And I would say that that's not an established standard of decency for those places. And even, you know, of course you're gonna have people push back to the things that I'm saying, and it's like women they can do what they want, and this is not back in the day and all of the above. But bro, if the shoe's on the other foot and a man walks out, and it's like they said nipples, they mentioned nipples in this definition of indecent exposure. Now, if I was to go out and you could see my whole print, you know what I'm saying? You can see my whole print, or I'm wearing a thong and the butt cheeks is out, or I'm always out with no shirt on and my print showing and all of that. Like, I would dare to say I might get charged with some indecent exposure depending on where I go. And if I was in the same places that these chicks be where they not getting charges pressed against them, I probably would get some pressed against me. You know what I'm saying? So we got that double standard within itself, right off the dribble. But just on top of it, like, nobody's really I'm not a person who feel like we need to control women or what they want to wear, but it's a time and place for everything. And because they have shown a lack of control and a lack of better judgment in themselves, maybe it will get to the point again where they need to be told what to wear. And the thing is, it's like they say I'm in my feminine and all it is because you got your nipple prints out. Your nipple is printed out. The damn cleavage is all out. The undercup of the titties out. The undercup of the booties out. And it's like, they think this is something feminine. But bro, I would say that's far from the truth, man. That shows some level of like whoredom, to be honest. Like, and you know, you see things like Amber Rose with the walk and all of that. Like, it's the blind leading the blind, man. And the idolization of a lot of these people who we want to call celebrities and stars and influencers and stuff. That's why it's dangerous that we do this, because then they are able to manipulate and influence the minds of those who idolize them into doing shit that is lewd and classless like this. You know what I'm saying? When I'm out with my kids, I don't want them to have to see booty meat and breasts and nipples and all of that. Like, it's a time and a place for that. And they're not of the age where I feel like they need to be exposed to that. Everybody gonna get their time in the sun. Where you an adult, you make your own decision. If my son want to go to the strip club and he's of age to get in, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? But right now he's not. And I don't feel like he should be exposed to that. That's why they got ratings on movies, and it should be only consumed by those 18 plus and all of that. Like, if I can go out and see a lot of those things without having to be certified, without having to be verified to be of age, then that's a problem, man. That's a problem. And the thing is, a lot of women, they get this attention from doing that, and this attention is from shock. The attention is also just from biology, because when a man sees something like that, he's gonna immediately react to it, of course. But that does not mean that it's gonna be met with positivity. It's not gonna necessarily give what you want it to give, because look, as a man, you look like fast food. You look like something. Yeah, you look like fast food. Just for lack of a better term. It's like something that, hey, I could easily pick this up real quick just to fulfill desire real quick. But everybody know uh organic food, a nice home cooked meal is what you really would want to consume on a regular basis. That's what you gonna want to really go to. But fast food come out of convenience, and it comes out of advertisement. So when it's overly advertised, when it's a McDonald's on every corner, I might stop in one time real quick just cause it's convenient and it's in my face. You know what I'm saying? And that's what these women is giving. They look very cheap. Now, when a man really want to choose a woman, he's not going for you, because I gotta think as a man, and they don't think we think this far. But a good man is gonna think like I'm about to say. Like, what if I have a daughter? Do I want her mimicking what this chick is doing? Don't no man want his fucking daughter out here dressed like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless he's a weirdo. So nobody's gonna look to really settle down and start a household with a chick that's out here with her shit on display like that. Cause it's just a bad look, man. I might mess around, have a kid with her on accident. You know what I'm saying? And look, I don't want her raising my daughter or my son. You see what I'm saying? With that type of mentality. It's a toxic mentality. So, you can't really be the prize and you out here dressing like that and conducting yourself like that. Like, okay, you not getting arrested for it? Cool. You're not getting arrested for it, though you probably should. Cool. Go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, when it's time to get chose and you not chosen, you should already know why. And to be honest, it's sexual manipulation, in my opinion. Because let's look at the definition of sexual manipulation. Playing on insecurities. Let's see what we got. Tactics of sexual manipulation. Subtle pressure. This can include repeated requests or emotional outbursts designed to make the victim feel obligated to comply, offering gifts or favors to create a sense of obligation, giving insecure compliments to lower the victim's defense, making comments that exploit the victim's self-doubt to coerce them into sex. Um, so when you're out here and you putting your sexual organs on display, it's really a form of sexual manipulation because you are subtly offering subtle pressure. You are out here advertising something to persuade someone to engage in sexual activity against their will. An individual who uses words or actions to persuade someone to engage in sexual activity against their will. Unlike flirting, which expresses mutual interest, sexual manipulations involve pressuring someone into sex when they do not genuinely want to participate. I would say that it borders on that because when I'm going to the rodeo, for instance, um, I'm not really out there looking to have sex. But when you putting sexual organs all in my face and all on display, that could work on a male's biology, even a female's biology, and it might have them coerced or persuaded to think in that manner, to act on that feeling. You see what I'm saying? Where I didn't come here looking for that. You see what I'm saying? But through all of this excessive coercion, now you got me thinking like that. So, you know, it's just something to think about, man. And I really, I always got to give that real nigga point of view on some shit. So hopefully this can help some women out who might be dressing like that. I'm not, I don't have the highest hopes for that. I mean, I hope that it does, I should say, but I'm not convinced that they're going to wise up because I just seen it. It's running so deep, and they'll probably try to, retort to me and say, "Man, I could do what the fuck I want," and yeah, you can. But you can do what you want, and you might not get what you want in return. You might get an adverse reaction to doing what you want. So it's something that they gotta weigh, but the information's out here for those that want to receive, and I want to see my sisters happy. I want to see them be able to express themselves and all of that, have a good man and all of that, a family. But man, that's not them actions is not aligning with that outcome, and that's all I just really wanted to speak on. But as always, it's a pleasure having y'all tune in, man. Leave y'all thoughts in the comments, man, and share this with somebody who might need the information. You feel me? But it's peace and love, truth and light, wisdom and insight, DOA, putting shit together. To the next episode, y'all. Peace.